Hi, this is Matt with AppliancePartsPros.com. In this video, we're going to show you how to troubleshoot the top 5 reasons why you're getting a burning smell coming from your washing machine. Stick around to the end of the video for an important washer safety tip that most people don't even know about. But before we begin, we're going to make sure the appliance is unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. Also make sure you turn off your hot and cold water supplies. First thing we need to check is the drive belt. It connects the motor pulley to the drive pulley so the inner tub can agitate and spin. There are 2 different types of drive belts, V-belts and multi-groove belts. No matter which style you have, if your washer is producing a burning smell, it could be that the belt is old and stretched out and is slipping on the pulleys. On front loaders, they're usually located at the back, and on top loaders, they're usually located on the bottom. Visually inspect the belt, and if it's damaged, you'll have to replace it. If you need to order a part, simply go to AppliancePartsPros.com and type in your model number. Find your part on the easy-to-read diagrams and match it to the number below. Click on the part if you want to see more pictures of the item or watch its repair video. You can also scroll down to see DIY stories from customers like you, or ask a question in the Q&A section. Once you're ready, you can add the part to your cart. It's that easy. Most orders will arrive within 2 business days. Next thing to look at is the start capacitor. It gives the motor an extra boost of electricity to help it start. The capacitor is a device that stores electricity and releases it when the washer motor needs to start, giving it extra power and torque to help get it started. Depending upon your washer, it might be mounted on the back wall or down by the motor. Capacitors can fail due to age if they dry out or if they internally short circuit. If they're going bad, they may melt and you'll notice a burning smell when the washer tries to start. Visually inspect the capacitor. If it's melted or has a bulge, then you'll know it's bad and you'll have to replace it. Next, we're going to check the drive motor. It converts electrical energy into mechanical energy to drive the washer. There are many styles of motors, but they all work the same. Some use a belt and pulley system. Others use a direct drive motor to drive the tub. On top load washers, the motor is usually mounted towards the bottom of the machine. On front loaders with a direct drive motor, it's usually mounted on the back of the tub, but if it has a belt, it will be mounted on the bottom of the tub. If the motor windings or terminal block have failed, it could cause arcing inside the motor, which will cause a bad smell. If you're sure the smell is coming from the motor, first make sure there's nothing jamming it up. On top load washers, you may have to remove the belt or motor to turn the transmission to make sure it's not locked up. While you have the motor free, check to see that it's not jammed. Also, if you have the style of drain pump that's mounted directly on the motor, you'll have to check that it's not blocked. On front loaders with a belt, you can take the belt off to see if the tub and motor spin. And on direct drive front loaders, turn the rotor to make sure it spins freely. If it's not jammed up, but you're still getting a burning smell from it, the motor has likely failed and needs to be replaced. As always guys, hit those like and subscribe buttons now to help support us making more of these videos. Now we have to look at the idler pulley. It puts tension on the belt to drive the tub. The idler pulley is mounted to the idler arm on a shaft and rides on a bearing. If the bearing is going bad, it can cause enough friction that the plastic idler will start to melt. When it gets that hot, you may get a burning smell coming from the pulley. On washers that use them, it goes in between the motor pulley and the transmission pulley. You'll have to remove the drive belt in order to inspect it. Once you have it off, make sure the pulley spins freely. Also check the pulley for any discoloration or deformities indicating that it's melted. If there are any, then you'll have to replace it. Last thing to check are the control boards that control all the functions of the washer. There are many different control boards used in washing machines. The most common are the main control board, the user interface control board, and the motor control board. They all have different components on them that can fail and cause a burning smell when they go bad. The boards can be mounted in various locations inside the washer. Main control boards and user interface control boards are usually mounted in the control panel itself, while motor control boards are usually mounted at the bottom of the machine. If you smell something coming from a control board location, you'll have to look at it and check for any burn marks indicating that it's failed. If you find any damage, you'll need to replace the board. Now here's that safety tip we promised you earlier. Washing machine fill hose inspection is often overlooked by most people. If your fill hose bursts, it can cause severe water damage to your home. A fill hose can flood your home with up to 500 gallons of water per hour, so it's important to inspect them regularly. Make sure to check the entire hose for any signs of bulging or leaking. Also make sure the fittings aren't corroded. Then shut off the water and look at the washers and screens inside. If they're clogged, you can just clean them out, but if they're rusted or damaged, you'll need to replace them. When you reinstall them or put new ones on, make sure the hose fittings on each end are tight so you don't get any leaks. There are many different types of hoses. The most common ones are rubber or braided stainless steel. Rubber is the most common type of hose, but if you want extra burst protection because of where the washer is installed, it's recommended that you upgrade to the stainless steel type. Some of the newer systems even have an auto shut-off feature that shuts the water off if a leak or change in pressure is detected. Regardless of the hose type or the warranty it has, it's important to check them at least 1 to 2 times a year because they can fail at any time. Once you take care of the problem, you can plug the appliance in, turn the water back on, and take it for a spin. Thanks for joining us for another troubleshooting video brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. Remember to hit the like and subscribe buttons now, and if you have any questions or want to share how your repair went, leave a comment down below.